we want to try and get something that looks pretty much identical to this. Of course, this took me a lot longer to do when I animated all the fingers and the wings and things, but we can get away with that using the attributes with the dragon. So what you'll notice is, of course, the dragon's head is really, really nicely low down compared to what the chest is. So you've got the head lower than the chest, very important. You've got the shoulder leading the action of the arm. So once the arm goes down, the shoulder goes up because you're getting a rotation on the chest. So the chest is going up. And in a passing position, if this was the hip, that's what the hip would do on a person, right? So the hip would go up on the passing position. And then this back leg is searching for the place to land, to take the step. Then when the weight comes down on the hip, you get the opposite reaction. So you get a delay on the chest. Bang. You know, bang, bang. So you're getting this offset, and everything you can feel is being driven by the hip. Okay, so you get this hip going up and down, and you get this delay where the chest goes down and then the head reacts to it. This side's looking quite nice. Yeah, so there's just this wobble here. So bang, and then down. I think it's because of this up. I'm lifting it up at this frame. Here I'm going to delete this key. So it's coming off the ground. I'm actually going to lift it up here. Lift it up here. And lower it down. That should work. Okay, something like that. Just smooth everything. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, cool. So we've done more or less the shoulders and everything else like that. So what I want to do now is I want to work on the rotation of the wrist as the dragon moves around. Now, this obviously, once you've done this, you can't be copying and pasting attributes over because they won't line up. So let's say, so at frame 1, I'm going to set a key. At as the wing is coming off the ground, I want to try to use the wrist to move the dragon, to exaggerate this movement. So I'm going to rotate the wrist in X counter backwards like this, and I can even do it a bit more at 15. And then around frame 24, I want to have the wrist rotated out as it comes back in. And even at 32, I can rotate it out a bit more. And then what I want to do is copy frame 1 to 65 and set the key. Let me just check if that works. That should work. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of rotation in the X curve. Then I want to go and work on the Y curve on this side. So yeah, so when you're rotating it down, you must be careful of that finger going through the ground there. This is going to be something you're going to have to play with as you're doing the rotation. You don't want to have any intersections. So I'm going to go to frame 15 and rotate it in Y down. And then, yeah, so at around frame 32, I might just rotate it a little bit in Y. In fact, you know what? I'm going to just leave it at that point. I'm going to set 1 to 65.